Okay, so my phone now says it is 7 a.m. Pacific time, so I'm going to start and welcome everyone to the second day of NDSS. Couple of opening remarks before we get started. First of all, poster sessions. I'd like to remind everyone to please go and view the posters, and you can see those in by going to the Gather platform. And there is another poster session happening this afternoon, and voting for the posters remains open and will remain open until this afternoon. So please do vote for your favorite or best poster. And please do go into Gather and say hello to people who are wandering around. I would like to also thank our sponsors, our platinum sponsor, NSF, and our gold sponsor, Google, as well as a number of other sponsors that have been wonderful, our silver and bronze sponsors for supporting NDSS this year. So thank you very much to all of our sponsors. We couldn't be doing this without you, so thank you. And that is it for beginning announcements. We can go right into talking about the SolarWinds attack and our keynote with Gavin O'Gorman. And it is my pleasure to get to introduce him. You can read about his bio already on the NDSS webpage, so I'm not going to give you what you can already see. What I am going to tell you is a really fun, cool story that I heard from him earlier today, which is something fun that happened to him at work. He was working for Symantec and on attack investigations, and was doing some work with law enforcement, in particular with the German police force or German law enforcement, trying to track down people who were doing ransomware. And unbeknownst to him, once you work with law enforcement, you don't get to see all of the ins and outs of what happens from there. But they ended up contacting the Ukrainian, they tracked down the ransomware to Ukraine, ended up working with the Ukrainian government, Ukrainian law enforcement, and he heard the story afterwards from the police officer that he'd been working with, that apparently when the police force went to arrest this ransomware person, one of them in the Ukraine, there was actually an occasion where they ran out onto the balcony, they actually jumped on another balcony, they were firing shots back at police. So he was saying this is a really good indication of why we as computer people are not the ones actually doing the takedowns. And I thought this was really, a really excellent story. It gives you a great idea of some of the really interesting work that he is doing. And with that, he is going to actually talk to us a little bit about the SolarWinds attack and supply chain attacks in general. If you have questions during all of this, go into Slack in the opening keynotes channel is where all the questions are, same channel as yesterday's keynote. And with that, Gavin, over to you.